Have the courage to become your new self. The process of you letting go of your old mindset, your old beliefs, is similar to you fixing a dislocated joint and just twisting it back in place, even though you know it will be painful, but you know it will heal you. Imagine that one day you're just walking around and you suddenly trip and fall into a ditch. You start to get up and there's dirt all over you, and you realize that your ankle is twisted in a weird way. Your ankle is dislocated. Now, the normal thing for you to do is go to a hospital, get it treated, right? But this time, what you do is just get up and start going around your day as if it's normal. So there's this lingering pain in your ankle. You're starting to limp, you do your daily tasks limping, and there's this pain constantly in your ankle, but you tolerate it. And you tolerate it because you're afraid that if you do try to fix your ankle, the pain will be far, far, far greater, and you don't want to deal with that. You don't want to deal with the process of twisting your ankle back into the proper position. So you make accommodations around that pain. There's this one sport that you've been really wanting to try. You really, really want to try, I don't know, soccer. But what happens is that you know that there's a pain in your ankle. So you make an excuse like, "Oh no, I don't really like soccer. I don't really want to do that." But there's this pain which is so secretly preventing you from that. So you're going through your life, you're living life, having this constant pain, not being able to do things to the fullest and live your life to the fullest. You can't even do the things you're passionate about. But you're just so afraid of what will happen if you do choose to fix that ankle. And the only way for you to start letting go of your old beliefs, your old mindset, is to face that pain head on and choose to heal it instead of ignoring it, suppressing it, or running away from it. A lot of people, they go through life suppressing their trauma, suppressing their emotions, suppressing their negative beliefs. And that suppressing is equal to you ignoring that dislocated ankle. Because they're afraid that if they do choose to look their beliefs in the eye and their trauma in the eye and start healing, it's going to bring up a big wave of emotions. It's going to bring up lots of emotions that'll be painful at the moment. But when you sit with them and when you start to see them for what they are and acknowledge them, they will eventually go away and you can start to live the life that you've always dreamed about and start to live life freely to the fullest. That person with the ankle that's dislocated, if they just experience that one momentary pain spike of fixing that ankle and twisting it in place, then the rest of their life would be so much more free and so much more happier. They could do things that they've always wanted to do. And that's exactly how your old beliefs and your old way of thinking is keeping you stuck. When you start to heal it, even though you're bringing up a bunch of nasty things for you, you can finally be the person you've always wanted to be and experience life and attract and manifest the desired reality that you want. So what does this exactly look like? What does the process of twisting your ankle into place exactly look like when it comes to your negative beliefs and your negative identity that you're currently in, so you can embrace your more positive new identity that's aligned with your dream life? So when you're starting to do things like changing your identity and becoming the new version of you that has your desires, you're acting as if you are that person, you're consciously trying to manifest being that person, you're consciously trying to manifest your desires, you will experience triggers. You're going to experience these triggers because you lived in a way for so long with that ankle that when you're starting to heal that ankle and change, that ankle's pain is going to flare up. So these triggers can be situations that bring you back to your old state of mind and bring you back to the old fear-based mindset and prevent you from getting to where you want. All of that fear, it pushes you to go back to your old self. And that's why courage is so important, because you need to Look at those triggers when they come up, accept them, and know how to handle them efficiently so you can continue to manifest and attract the life that you want. Now, let's say that you're manifesting beauty, for example. You're manifesting feelings of beauty, you want to be desired by other people, and you want to be seen as attractive. Because in the past, when you were younger, you always felt like you were unwanted, you always felt like no one found you pretty, and you were always alone, and you got made fun of because for how you looked. So this is your manifestation, and you're starting to work on your mindset, you're starting to change and manifest consciously. And inevitably, what will happen is that you'll one day maybe go out, you'll meet a cute guy, and you'll really like him, and you get to know him more, and you ask him out, and he rejects you. Then what will happen is that those old feelings of you feeling unworthy, you feeling unlovable, you feeling unattractive, and no one likes you, all of those feelings will rise up in you when you get rejected. And all of those feelings come up and they just zap you back into that old version of you. You feel like you're still the same person. You feel like you're your old self. And it just puts you back into your old state of mind, your old mentality, when you're still trying to manifest becoming that new version of you. And when those nasty feelings come up, most people, what they do is that they run away from those feelings, they suppress them. And they go back to their old selves, their old identity, instead of choosing to look at those feelings head on, heal them, and become their new version of themselves that has their desires. Because the things we've gone through in the past, the beliefs that we have had, are painful when they come up when you're manifesting. And that is what a trigger is. A trigger will send you back into your old beliefs, your old state of mind, and put you in flight or fight mode. And it could happen for like the smallest things. Like you getting rejected by someone you found attractive. The normal, healthy way to experience that would be to just be okay with it. Like, okay, we're not compatible, whatever. I know my worth, I know I'm amazing, and I'm just gonna let that go. But for a person that's still healing from certain negative beliefs, it's gonna send them into a spiral. It's gonna make them feel unworthy. It's gonna make them feel so negative and ashamed and sad and hopeless, and pushes them back into their old identity. So if you want to change, you have to be able to look at your triggers, see them, and not let them consume you and bring you back to your old self, but choose to look at them, choose to feel the pain of healing them. That's what I've gone through so many times in my life, and it's so, so worth it, because at the opposite end, at the other side of your triggers, is like the happiness and freedom and peace that you've always been craving. And these triggers have been just preventing you from achieving your greatest potential and telling you where you need to focus on so you can finally be who you've always been destined to be. Our minds crave comfort desperately more than happiness. And you've been operating in this one negative state of mind, these old limiting beliefs, these old thinking patterns, for so long that when you're starting to introduce a new pattern of thinking, like in the past, you've always believed that you were unlovable and you were always ugly. And when you start to introduce thoughts of, I am worthy, I am beautiful, I am attractive, your mind is going to resist it in the beginning. In the beginning, it's going to be kind of messy. Your brain is going to resist it and send you all these triggers in your reality. But keep persisting. Look those triggers in the eye. Disbelieve them. Know your worth. Know that you can heal. And that's the key. Once you keep persisting, then you will get to your ideal identity, your ideal reality. And your brain has been living in one way for so long that it wants to confirm that identity of yours. Our brains will confirm whatever you believe about yourself. It will just manifest and attract situations. Your subconscious mind will manifest and attract situations that align with how you view yourself and what you believe about yourself, because it makes it feel stable. If we didn't have a belief system, if we didn't have like a set way which we view ourselves and which we view the world, your brain will literally explode. because there's so many different viewpoints, so many different beliefs, so many different perspectives in this world that by just having all of them stuffed into your brain would not be able to comprehend reality at all. That's why it's a protection mechanism for your brain to only confirm and create in your reality what you believe about yourself. And by slowly introducing new thinking patterns and new beliefs, your brain will slowly start to chip away the old identity and old beliefs to form the new, incredible statue of your new identity. Now let's get into how can you overcome your triggers with courage so you can finally create the change that you wanted to see in your reality. First off, when you get a trigger, I want you to understand that courage is not the absence of fear. It's the willingness to do the action despite already feeling fear. Your trigger comes up. It's going to be messy. It's going to be scary to confront. But even through that fear, if you choose to acknowledge it, if you choose to see it instead of suppress and ignore it, you will have so much progress. A lot of people, they go through life just ignoring their emotions. They choose to settle for coping mechanisms such as scrolling on social media, just on their phone all day, alcohol, smoking, weed. All of these things are coping mechanisms for emotions that they don't want to feel and emotions they don't want to acknowledge because they're afraid of the pain that it will bring. But when you look the pain in the eye, you tackle it, you take care of it, and let it go, it will stop bothering you and let you live free and let you live in peace. Because that's where true, honest character growth comes from. That's genuinely how you grow your character and become a better version of yourself, by being brave and being courageous. Another thing I want to mention is that confidence is not the absence of insecurity, but the willingness to love yourself despite your insecurities. That's what true confidence is. Not a lot of people talk about this. Honestly, I had to figure this out the hard way. I had to figure this out through years of trying to develop self-worth and trying to figure out why I don't truly love myself. And honestly, true self-love is just accepting all parts of yourself, positive and negative. Accepting your negative emotions instead of suppressing them. Acknowledging that they're a part of you, sitting with them and letting them flow through you. I digress. Let's continue. Now, the honest solution to healing your triggers. The first thing you need to know is that when you're triggered, you let your emotions flow through you. Find a safe place to feel your emotions. Don't reach out for your phone. Don't reach out for anything that'll make you temporarily comfortable. Sit with your emotions. Let that emotion of shame, anger, fear flow through your body and notice where it is in your body. This is an exercise which is the opposite of suppressing your emotions. You're truly feeling them because when you feel them, that's when you can truly let go of them, okay? Trust me when I say this. When you feel your emotions, that's when you can truly let go of them. I want you to think of suppressing your emotions like just pouring water into a plastic water bottle. So whenever you feel a negative emotion such as fear, you're just going to pour it into that water bottle. You're just going to pour it over and over and over again. Over and over, more emotions come up, just keep pouring it. And what's going to happen? That bottle is going to overflow, that bottle is going to burst. And you don't want to be there when your bottle bursts. Because when that bottle bursts, you're going to release an emotional outburst onto the people in your life. Like in reality, you're just going to release an emotional outburst, like yelling at your boss randomly, saying something hurtful to a loved one, doing something stupid and impulsive. You don't want to be there for it because that's not healthy. And even worse, if you suppress it, sometimes that energy, those emotions can store in your body and cause literal health problems. It's insane. It's actually been proven. We can store trauma in our body. We can literally store trauma in our body. And there are so many specialists out there that specialize in healing trauma in your body and like letting go of it in a healthy way because it can cause diseases. It can make you physically sick. That's why choosing to feel and let go of your emotions is so, so important. Find a safe spot, breathe, cry it out, punch a pillow, vent, do whatever you have to just let that emotion let it run its course. Just let it run its course. And once you do that, once you start to breathe and notice where it is in your body, I want you to acknowledge that emotion and just see it. Because your negative emotions, they just want to be seen. They just want to be heard. And they're just here to protect you in their own way. And these emotions are a part of you. And these emotions are given to you by God. When you were born as a human, God gave you these emotions of happiness, of anger, of sadness, all of these emotions, God gave them to you. And God will not create what God doesn't love. God only loves what they create. So these negative emotions, all those negative situations, God created them out of love. And I know it might sound weird to hear, like, why do we have negativity in this world? But honestly, I think it's a part of being human and growing and experiencing human life. So yes, these emotions are part of you. And acknowledge them, accept them. These negative thoughts are going to be with you. But that's okay, and we can continue to focus on the positive. We can continue to build your new identity, your new ideal reality. When you make these feelings be seen and heard, they just go away. They leave. Because they just want you to include them in your mind, mental, emotional state. They just want you to just see them, acknowledge them, and include them, and then they will go away and be satisfied. And these triggers also show you something that you're super afraid of and don't really want to accept. Like, let's take the example of beauty. The person who is manifesting beauty, when they get triggered at the possibility of being rejected and they're so scared of rejection, there's an underlying fear that maybe they're not beautiful, maybe they're not good enough, and maybe they're actually ugly. And the solution to truly heal that fear is to be comfortable with it. Be okay with it. Be okay with being rejected by someone. Be comfortable with sometimes feeling ugly. Like, it's okay. Be comfortable with that fear. Because when you're comfortable with it, it won't have any more power over you. And then you can start to choose that new version of yourself, that new identity and reality, that positive one that's more aligned with you. I don't want you to get comfortable to the point where you're like, oh, this is it. This is a life. I'm ugly. I'm never going to find a relationship. It's all hopeless. No, I can't do anything. No, not like that. I just want you to be comfortable with, like, okay, if I get rejected, so what? I love myself. I love myself. I believe in myself. I have hope for myself. That way. And another example to really illustrate how this process works is to, let's say, one day you feel extreme feelings of shame. Something embarrassing happened in your life. You're absolutely humiliated. I don't know what you did. You tripped over yourself. You fell into a puddle and you're covered in mud. Something super embarrassing happened to you and you feel feelings of shame. What you want to do next is to go in a safe place, feel these feelings of shame, feel them, let them flow through your body, and notice where they are in your body. Breathe, let them come out, vent to ChatGPT, write in your journal, do whatever to calm yourself down, make art, express that feeling of shame in a way and feel it. And then what you're going to do is acknowledge it. Acknowledge that you feel shame, and that's okay. That emotion is there in your body. Just look at it, and that emotion just wants to be accepted, wants to be heard. Just look at it and be like, okay, I feel shame right now, and that's fine. I'm okay with feeling shame. I'm okay with feeling this way. And once you just acknowledge it and just not try to exclude it from you, not try to push it away, like, I don't want to feel this emotion. Once you're like, okay, fine, I love this emotion, I love this part of me, and I'm going to accept and acknowledge that part of me. These feelings are yours. Love them, see them, make them feel heard, acknowledge them. Because when you're trying to exclude certain negative feelings from you and push them away, they're just going to feel upset and try to come back over and over and over again. So just bring them to you. Just acknowledge and accept them. So yes, this was the tutorial on how courage is so important for manifesting and how you can start to heal your triggers and look your fears in the eye and your insecurities so you can start to heal and be your best self. Thank you for watching. I hope this video was helpful. Bye.